Welcome to GRK lectures. In this class we discuss error handling in file. In order to handle that, these are the different functions we use. First we discuss what are the reasons for errors in the file. Let us consider one file has been opened in the read mode. So when we try to perform write operation on this file, it is not possible. That causes one error. Another reason, in the file opened in the write mode, and on that file we are trying to perform read operation. So then it is not possible. Automatically that causes one error. Next we have a file open in the read mode and we are trying to read after end of the file. So the end of the file represents, it is a marker that indicates the file contents are over. So after that marker, if we try to read, so then that causes error. And another reason, we are trying to open a file, but that file is not exist in the current directory. So these are some of the examples why the errors will be raised in the file when we perform such type of operations that leads to errors in the file. So then how to handle errors in these files? So there are some predefined functions we have using which we can handle errors in the files. First we start with error number and str error function. So errno, that is error number, it is not a function, it is a predefined variable. In the C language, when a function is called, if there is an error in the function, so corresponding to that error one number will be returned, that number will be stored in the errno variable. So here we have some error numbers 1 to 13 numbers we have. So based on the type of the error occurred in the function, one number will be returned and that number is stored in the errno variable. For example, let us take the number 1. So that number 1 error description is operation not permitted. Where that operation is not permitted, if we try to perform any operation, so then that returns 1. So that one will be stored in the error errno variable. So once we have the number, then how to print the type of the means description of that error. So that will be done by using the function that is str error. So str error will take one parameter. That parameter is err number. So once that err number is given as a parameter to this function, so str error, that will print the description of that particular error number. So let us see that with an example. Here I am trying to open a file demo.txt in the write mode and assign it to the file pointer fp. So if the fp equals to null, that means there is an error. So now here I am assume that demo.txt is not opened properly, so there is an error. Just assume that. If there is an error, so first I am trying to print what is that error number. In the printf directly I am printing error number. That number is stored in the errno variable. So if I want to print that error description corresponding to that number, this error number should be given as a parameter to the str error function. So in the second printf I am printing that description of that particular error number. That's why error number is given as a parameter to str error, and this function print the description of that error number. Next we discuss p-error function. P-error means print error. So when this function is called, it prints the description of the error which has been most recently occurred in the program. The syntax of the p-error is, it takes one parameter, that is string, and this p-error can be used in two cases. In case of the error, If we use this function, it prints that error description. If there is no error, this prints no error. Means in both cases we can use. In case of the error, we can use this function. If there is no error, if we use this function, that prints a no error message. So in either cases, we can use this p error function. So let us see with an example. Here I am trying to open a demo.txt in the write mode. Assume that the demo.txt is not available. So that file I am trying to open in the write. So then automatically error will be raised because the file is not exist. So file not exist means the p value is going to be null. If it is null, then I am trying to print why that file is not getting opened using p error. So p error, I am writing a message from error, p error. Like this I am writing my own message. So the output is going to be my own message, that is message from p error, followed by that actual error. Actually what is that error happened, why that demo.txt is not open. So that error message will be displayed like a no such file or directory. So this p error can also be used without using our own message. So then we get only error description. If we write our message followed by the error description will be displayed. Next we discuss if error function. It returns non-zero value if there is an error. If there is no error, it returns 0. So let us see with an example. Here I am trying to open a file test.txt in the write mode. When the file is opened in the write mode, we can perform only write operation on the file, but read operation is not possible. But in the second statement here, by using fgetc function, I am trying to read a character from the file. So that is not possible. So that is not possible means definitely there will be an error. So that here I am checking by using ferror function. Ferror fp, that means by default here I am treating that as a true. True means non-zero. So it is returning non-zero means definitely there is an error. So if it is false, there is no error. So then the true block whatever we write in the if statement won't be executed. But in this case it returns a non-zero because we are trying to read a file which has been opened in the write mode. It is not possible. So then I am printing what is that message by using p error function. In that p error, as I said you in the previous slide, we can write our own message, that error message from p error, and followed by actual error happened in the file, that will also be displayed. Next, we discuss another function, feof, means it is used to check the end of the file. So it returns non-zero if the specified file has been read. Means if the reading is successfully completed, it returns 0. Otherwise, it returns a non-zero if it's been successfully read. Otherwise, it returns 0. So example, in order to check the end of the file here, I am not using EOF marker. Simply I am using while loop, making it as a true. True means that getting to infinite loop. But how to stop that? When we reach the end of the file, how to stop this loop? So that will be done by using the function feof. See, first while loop, I am writing that while loop as a infinite loop because the condition I have written as true, always true, and I am trying to read one character from that function by using from that file by using fgetc function. So here I am using feof and file pointer fp. Means if that ch, once the ch one character read from the file and assigned to the ch, if that ch equals to end of the file, then automatically will come out of that loop. Otherwise that loop will be continued for infinite number of times. So in order to check that end of the file, here I am using the function feof F means end of the file. So if this condition is true, so then break means we reach the end of the file, then automatically we come out of that loop. So for this purpose here we use this feof, and next clear error function, and this clear error function is used to clear the error which has been occurred earlier. So if it is not clear, then we get the same errors when we execute the program. So let us see that with an example. Here I am opening one file test.txt in the write mode, open in the write mode, but I am trying to read one character from that file. It is not possible. So then definitely we get the error. So when I use if error, that will be true, and error will be like error in reading the file, because the file opened in the write mode cannot be read. So after that, that error should be cleared. Means again we can modify the program into read mode, and that error should be cleared with the function clear error fp. So after that, if we again use that if error function, means if we check for the error, so there won't be any error. Otherwise, without using this clear error function, if we execute, again we get the same error. So this clear error function is used to clear the previously occurred error. Thank you very much for watching my lecture.